I hate these devices. They're not very user-friendly initially. What's up, everybody? Check this out. It's gorgeous out here. Nope. Doesn't want me to show you. That's fine. Well, anyway, December 28th, 2022. Been thinking a lot about this great deception. In 2 Thessalonians, Paul was talking to the people, basically telling them that, a great series of lies is coming, and that even believers, if we're not paying attention and doing what we're supposed to do, are susceptible to it. He actually tells us very specifically that those of us that refuse to learn the word leave ourselves subject to the potential of great deception, which, we all suffer from that. Essentially, we're blind if we don't know the word, or at least try to know it. Obviously, faith is imperative. But mark this, in the end times, and then a whole bunch of bad stuff happens. Hopefully you all know the verse. I'll go over it more in depth here pretty quick, but it's bad, people. It's bad. Obviously, I don't know what else to say, but the government's corrupt as can be. We all know this. There's no question there. Look how pretty it is behind me. All that cool stuff. It's also obvious that there's a bunch of rich people that are in charge of stuff that are outside of the reach of your typical human being on the planet currently. Y'all know this, or at least you should. Daniel very much points to there being a grand conspiracy that puts the Antichrist in power. And, we're looking at a brand new world of all this crazy technology doing things we never thought it could. But like micro robots, AI is they're about to know everything and then some. But it's going to get bad. Real bad, and somebody needs to be pointing this stuff out. My job pays pretty well, but it has a lot of downtime, so I'm going to make use of this and try my best to keep y'all aware. But it's coming down, unfortunately. But here's a fun one. I'll just throw this out there just because I love watching people freak out over controversial things. It's great. Makes you feel alive. 2 Peter, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day to the Lord. He's never slow in keeping his promises like some people think. He's just waiting for everybody that's going to choose for him to choose, and those that choose against him will choose. And then in the end, it comes like a trap, and all the unbelieving world will be saying peace and safety, and they'll think everything's going fine because of all this technology and crazy answers that he'll bring. These machines are genius, by the way. I don't know if y'all know this, but Genesis 6, the Nephilim, that was a genetic experiment. It points to the angels knowing about our genetics. It points to them knowing how to manipulate them, and it points to them most likely having been the reason why the earth was judged so hard before man was ever even created. It was an ice ball, remember? Judged by waters above, deluged. Look at this second verse. It's pretty straightforward. The earth became ruined and despoiled, and it didn't do it on its own. And God didn't create an earth that ate itself without the interaction of willful beings not behaving, like today. So, start doing this more often. I don't know if I'm going to edit it much. I don't know if I care. It's probably going to get rejected anyway, but maybe somebody out there will listen. I guess I'll end today by saying that, I just watched the Brittany Renner, Andrew Tate special on Pearly Things. Awesome setup. If you've seen that, if you've not seen that, you need to go see it, because the truth of the matter is yes, Andrew Tate is a bombast. He says some stuff that is very much painfully true, and he says it pretty crassly. Hopefully I don't repeat any of that stuff. But the truth of the matter is those rules apply to unbelievers. And as long as the world is falling the way it is, apart the way that it is, yeah, absolutely, he's unfortunately correct. That being said, it's very different for believers, and we'll go over that too, because, a day where nobody's getting married, nobody's having kids, and I know I'm just one man, but my wife and I have 7 kids, and no plan on stopping the Lord's decision if we choose to have, or if He chooses for us to have more. Let's see if I get that right. So it is possible to find a reliable wife, and it is possible to be blessed. I mean, Noah, he was kept in all of his generation pure, so he was faithful and likely 100% human, not genetically modified. And the Lord found him a wife, and he had pure kids, even though some obviously decided to follow Satan. But again, another day, another story. So it is possible to live for the Lord in this time. It's just difficult and painful, and you pay for it. But it's so worth it. It's always worth it. So let's have some fun. If you guys can come up with something for me. I want to say subscribe and all this other stupid things. I want to swear. But I'm not gonna, because this will end up in a few different places, and quite honestly, we know certain platforms really hate this stuff. So I'm just gonna jump in head first, and damn the consequences. Anyhow, in the Lord's name, stand up, accept your place. Being a man or woman is not a small thing. And when you take the responsibility your God gave you and you do the right thing with it, yeah, you're going to be attacked. But you're also going to be greatly rewarded, and you're going to know that He's with you, because that's what He promised. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. This should be fun.